Hi, welcome to today's class. If you do have a block, that would be great. I will use it later in class. And you may want to have for later a blanket, if you have a yoga blanket or a towel, some kind of padding. But if you don't have props, don't worry about it. It's absolutely not necessary. It won't be very prop heavy. And we're going to start seated in Tarasana. So not a Padamastasana where the knees are very bent, but a small bend of the knees. If you look between the legs, you should see a diamond shape. And then you'll come in round forward, and I like to take my hands and sort of let the fingers run across the tops of the feet, and then my elbows hang over my shins. But find a place that works for you. And then you'll just round over, so you don't need to necessarily be as bent over as I am. And then begin to take a couple of deep breaths in and out through the nose. And start to fill through the back body. And you'll feel the expansion and contraction of breath across the back ribs. And then as you breathe, see if you can make small adjustments to round forward and release through the back of the neck a little bit more. Count on your own, take about 3 more deep breaths. Okay, and then on your next inhalation, straighten the arms and bring the chest forward so you lengthen the spine. It's the opposite of what we were just doing. And see if you can find external rotation in your upper arm bones. So if you look at your biceps, you'll see them rolling towards the ceiling. The inner elbow is rolling towards the ceiling. The triceps are down. And then as you exhale, let the elbows bow out to the side and round yourself back forward so you return to where you just were. And then we'll do that a couple of times. So your inhalation, the arms straighten, the spine lengthens, you roll the biceps towards the ceiling. And then exhale, let the elbows flare out, round forward. Again, your inhalation is what lengthens the spine and straightens the arms. The exhalation is your rounding forward. And then one more, inhaling, straightening the arms, lengthening the spine, and then exhale, round forward. And then inhale, slowly bring yourself up to sit, and then just draw the right knee in towards the chest, and it's as if you're standing on the right foot. And then as you exhale, pull the right heel in towards your right sit bone and let the right knee come out to the right. So now it's as if you were in Padamastasana. And then you'll just alternate between those 2 points. So you'll pull the right knee and thigh in, stand on the right foot, and then as you exhale, turn the right knee out. And then again, you'll just do this a few more times. So as you draw the right knee out to the side, the sole of the right foot turns towards the ceiling. And about one more. Okay, and then the next time you bring the right knee and thigh in, stand on the right foot, and then cup your right knee with your left inner elbow, and just take a gentle twist, so revolving over the right shoulder. See if you can ground through all 4 corners of the right foot. And then broaden across your chest a little bit more. Okay, then inhale, return to neutral. Lean back on your fingertips for a moment and then just draw the knees up into a very mellow Navasana or boat pose. So the knees are bent, you're drawing the knees and thighs towards one another, and then maybe you float the arms for a couple of breaths. Again, it's quite early in class, so just finding a hint of boat pose, turning on the abdomen. And then allow the legs to come forward back into Tarasana. Inhale, come forward a little bit, lengthen the spine, roll the biceps up, it's same. Exhale, flare the elbows out to the side, round forward. And then inhale, bring yourself back up to sit. Draw the left knee towards the chest, stand on the left foot. And then exhale, left knee out, turn the sole of the left foot towards the ceiling. And then again, inhale, it's as if you're standing on the left foot. Exhalation turns the knee and thigh out. So I'm using my left hand to accentuate that. You have a few more on your own. Okay, and then the next time that you bring your left knee and thigh up, stand on the left foot, hug the knee with your right inner elbow, left fingers behind you, and come and find a twist, rotating over the left shoulder. And then come back to neutral. Lean back on your fingertips. Draw the knees up into your Navasana. See that the knees and thighs are in neutral. And then again, just float the arms for a moment. Open the chest. See if you can imagine that I have my fingers just against the tips of your shoulders, so the chest is still broadening. And then release the feet back into Tarasana. Inhale, interlace your hands, have the pinky finger at the bottom, push the palms forward and the fingers back, and then draw the arms up overhead into Urdhva Padangusthasana. Inhale, take a breath. Exhale, empty through the mouth. And then inhale through the nose and begin Kapalabhati breathing, so short, sharp exhalations through the nose. Start to slow it down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale completely. On empty, push the palms further upward, get longer through the spine. And then as you exhale, release, draw the hands to the heart. And then inhale, interlace the fingers, left pinky finger down, push the palms forward and the fingers back. Draw the arms up overhead. We won't do Kapalabhati this side, but just work the arms. Inhale fully here. Exhale, empty through the mouth. And then on empty, push the palms up towards the ceiling. See if you can get longer in the spine. Inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands down the center line and pause for a moment in Anjali Mudra. We'll take one Om to formally begin practice. Taking in breath. Okay, and then you'll just cross the ankles, roll over the feet, and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. So take your time to get there. And then you'll take a few breaths wherever you are. And just work Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Can shift a little bit from side to side. And then eventually just settle and find your breath. Slow inhalations through exhalations. Pull your hips back behind you. See if you can create a little bit more length through the side body. Okay, and then very slowly you'll walk yourself to the top of your mat until you reach Uttanasana, standing forward bend, feet hip width apart. And again, just sort of hang here for a moment. And move the head a little bit from side to side. Bend the knees, tuck your tailbone, and slowly roll up to stand one vertebra at a time. And then when you reach Tadasana, bring the arms out to the side. So you're in a T. And then on the exhalation, just cross your right elbow over your left and try to get the hands into Garudasana. And then inhale, stretch the arms back out into your T. And then exhale, left elbow over the right, Garudasana. And then you're going to start to speed it up. So the inhalation is your T, and the exhalation is the wrapping of the arms, and you're going to switch sides as you do it. So ideally, you would get into full Garudasana, so the palms are pressing. If that's too much, it could just be the backs of your hands, or you could just sort of come into a hint of the pose. But ideally, you're working your breath. So again, it's the inhalation and the T, the exhalation and the crossing. And try to go pretty fast. Okay, and then the next time that the right elbow comes over the left, pause there. Stand in your legs. Feel that the legs are active and strong, and then start to tip back in the chest. So you reach the forearms towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bend the knees and round your back. So it's as if the backs of the shoulders, where I was imagining that I was poking before, now it's lifting towards the ceiling. Okay, inhale, transfer your weight into your right foot, pick up your left foot and step it back into a low lunge. Exhale. Inhale, drop your back knee, lift the forearms towards the ceiling. And then exhale, pull back a little bit and round, elbows towards the navel. Twice more. Inhale, lift the forearms towards the ceiling, let the hips sink forward. And then exhale, pull back a little bit, round. One more, inhale, sink forward in the hips, forearms up. And then exhale, round. Okay, inhale, release your palms to the floor. Untuck the back toes and lift the back knee so you're on the top of the left foot in a low lunge. And then stay on the top of your left foot and step your right foot back. So now you're in plank on the tops of your feet. Feel the shoulders over the wrists. Core is active. Don't drop the head. One more breath. And then lower your knees to the floor. Drop the pelvis, keep the arms straight, open the chest, you're in a knees down, upward facing dog. And then exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a breath here through the nose. And a breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg, 3-point pose. Open the hip, bend the knee, and then try to find, it's as if you're in Janu Shirsasana in your downward facing dog, but the right knee and thigh need to externally rotate. And it's as if you're going to touch your right toes to your inner left thigh. Don't collapse in the left shoulder, keep the left thigh tracking towards the midline. And you have to work that crazy in the outer hip, righter hip I should say, right outer hip, to turn the right knee and thigh open. Okay, inhale, reach straighten the right leg, 3-point pose. Exhale, step the right foot forward, low lunge. Inhale, tap the back knee, toes are tucked now. Exhale, straighten and fold. Then you have 3 breaths here in your Uttanasana. Bend your right knee, look forward, step the back foot forward to meet the front, fold over the legs. On empty, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone 1 vertebra at a time, round up to stand. Inhale, tee your arms. Exhale, left elbow over the right, Garudasana. Inhale, stand firm in your legs, lift the forearms, open the chest. Exhale, bend the knees around and scoop the navel in. Inhale, transfer your weight to the left foot, pick up your right foot, step it way back into a low lunge. Exhale, lower your back knee. Inhale, lift the forearm and the chest, hips are forward. Exhale, round, pull back a little bit, elbows towards your belly. Twice more, let the hips sink, inhale, forearms towards the ceiling. Exhale, back off, elbows towards the belly. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, replace the hands to the floor. Untuck the back toes and lift the back knee so you're on the top of the right foot. And then plant the hands and step left foot back. So now you're in a plank pose, but on the tops of the feet. And again, stand in your arms here. Don't droop the head. Okay, and then lower your knees. Let the pelvis sink, arms are straight and open the chest. You're in a knees down, upward facing dog. Then exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breath here to ground, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling. Inhale, lift your left leg, 3-point pose. Open the hip, bend the knee. So first it's the left thigh and knee stretching back. And then you start to bring that left hip into external rotation. Try to touch the left toes to the inner right thigh. And then draw your right hip and thigh back towards the center line. Keep working the outer hip rotation in the left side. I don't know why I can't say that today. Okay, inhale, reach straight in your left leg. And then step the left foot forward. Tap the back knee, open the chest. Exhale, lengthen and fold. 3 breaths, Uttanasana, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. 1 more. And inhale, rebend your left knee. Step the back foot forward to meet the front. You're still hip width apart. Exhale, fold forward. On empty, bend the knees. Slowly round up 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, right elbow and over the left. Inhale, stand firm in the legs, backward bend. Exhale, round, elbows towards the knees. Inhale, pick up the left foot, step it way back into a low lunge. And then as you exhale, lower the back knee, untuck your left toes. You're still with the arms in Tadasana. And then pick up the back knee. Now you're on the top of the left foot and you're hovering in this low lunge. You've got to work your right outer hip in towards the midline. Keep powering through the left thigh. One more breath. And then on your next inhalation, release the arms, left hand under the left shoulder. Fan the right arm open. You're still on the top of the left foot. And then place your right hand down. Step into plank on the tops of the feet. One inhalation here. Exhale, now the knees can be lifted. Drop the hips into upward facing dog. Open the chest. And then exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here to ground, inhaling. And a breath to empty. Inhale, lift your right leg, 3-point pose. Exhale, open the hip, bend the right knee. Inhale, externally rotate your right thigh, draw the right toes towards the left inner thigh. Then inhale, re-straighten your right leg, square off the hips. Exhale, step the right foot forward, low lunge. Inhale, tap the back knee, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward, Partial Uttanasana. And then inhale, rebend your right knee. Bring your fingertips forward and come into a supported warrior 3. So you're on your fingertips. Turn the biceps towards the front of the room, or the front of your mat, I should say, and the triceps back. Inhale, take another breath here. Exhale, bend both knees and just tuck the left knee behind the right ankle as if you're going to sit down. And then we'll do that twice more. So inhale, it's supported warrior 3, everything lengthens. Exhale, you tuck in as if you were going to sit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck. And then inhale, just step your left foot next to your right. Fold forward. You can release the backs of the hands to the floor. Take a breath here. And then a breath out. And then on empty, bend the knees. Tuck the tailbone one vertebra at a time. Round up to stand. Inhale, bring the arms out to the sides. Left elbow over the right. Inhale, tip back, forearms towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend both knees, round, find your bird back. Inhale, transfer the weight to the left foot. Pick up the right foot, step it way back behind you into a lunge. Exhale, drop the knee for a moment, untuck the right toes, and then re-straighten the right leg. You're in your hovering lunge variation. Pull the left hip and knee into the center line. Keep actively pushing through the right thigh. And then release the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Fan the left arm open so you're just relieving all that constriction. And then place your left hand down. Step into plank pose on the tops of your feet. Take in a breath here. Exhale, drop the hips, find upward facing dog. Inhale. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog. One breath here to ground. And a breath to empty. Inhale, lift your left leg. Turn the hip open, bend the left knee. And then draw the left hip into external rotation. Try to touch the left toes to the right inner thigh. Inhale, re-straighten the left leg, square off the hips. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, tap the back knee, open the chest. Exhale, straighten both legs. And then inhale, rebend the left knee, bring the fingers forward, find supported Virabhadrasana 3. Exhale, bend both knees, tuck the right knee behind the left ankle, get very compact. And inhale twice more. Extend and lengthen. Turn the biceps forward, triceps back. Exhale, bend and get very compact. One more. And then inhale, step the right foot next to the left. Walk the fingers back in space. And fold forward, Uttanasana. Take a breath here. You can move your head from side to side. Exhale, and then bend the knees, tuck the tailbone one vertebra at a time, round up to stand. And then find Tadasana. If you like, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. And then if you practice Surya Namaskar A with the feet together, step the big toes to touch. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, standing forward. Inhale, prepare the spine and lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, either jump to chaturanga or step and lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. This should feel familiar. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Try to focus on the rhythm of your breathing. Bottom of the 5th breath, look forward, prepare, bend the knees and hop or step the feet forward. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, exhale, fold. On empty, bring the arms up overhead. Inhale at the top, exhale, hands down the center line. One more together, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen and prepare. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands and jump or step back. Inhale, upward facing dog. This could also be a cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, 5 breaths. Try to make it as steady and pacifying as possible. Should be steady and sweet. Try to embody that feeling of the text of the Yoga Sutras. Bottom of the 5th breath, look forward, prepare. Hop or step the feet forward. Lengthen the spine and on empty, come up to stand. Inhale at the top. Exhale, hands down the center line. Okay, you've got 3 more Surya Namaskar A on your own timing. Or you could rest, could be a child's pose, could be a squat. You could change the Namaskar practice to better suit your needs for today. 1-minute warning. Up. And don't rush if you're still working. We're going to meet and you'll step about a foot or so back from the top of the mat. Take the feet a little bit wider apart, and then you'll come into Padamastasana to stand the feet on the palms or any other wrist stretch that feels good for you. So as you wish, and again, if you're just finishing up, take your time. I always like to sort of work the toes against the forearms here and give myself a little massage. You'll take the hands out from underneath you again. Narrow the feet. I'm suggesting the big toes together, but as you wish. And then you'll bend the knees and bring yourself up into Uttanasana. Then exhale, Ardha Uttanasana. So come about halfway, reach the fingers forward. Lift the heels high, take the palms to the floor, bend the knees, and then Bakasana. So come and find that very round back and lift up. Feel the navel activate. Squeeze the heels towards the sit bones. And then to release, you're either going to step back or send your feet and your chest in opposite directions as you jump to Chaturanga. Could be through a vinyasa, or you just meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg, 3-point pose. Exhale, right foot, right thumb tip. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, open, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten both legs, tip back, stretch the right side. Exhale, Parshva, side angle. Have the right hand on the inside of the right foot for today. Inhale, wide low lunge. Turn your right toes slightly forward. And then exhale, straighten both legs, wide Parshva. Inhale, rebend the knees, plant your left hand. Exhale, step towards side plank, set up the legs. And then inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, right arm along the right ear. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, either through a vinyasa or downward facing dog, and rest. Inhale, lift the left leg, 3-point pose. Exhale, left foot, left thumb tip. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. So you're moving on the half breaths. Inhale, straighten both legs, tip back, reverse triangle. Exhale, Parshva, left fingers on the inside of the left foot for today. Inhale, wide low lunge, move the left foot slightly to the left. Exhale, straighten both legs, wide Parshva. Inhale, rebend the left knee, plant the right hand. Exhale, set up your legs for side plank. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, left arm along the left ear. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, either through a vinyasa or just a downward facing dog. And rest. 5 breaths. breath, look forward, prepare, hop or step the feet forward, lengthen the spine, and fold. Inhale, Uttanasana, awkward chair, arms overhead, and then stand, Tadasana. Look down at your feet, make sure you're about a foot back from the top of the mat. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Lift the heels high, bring the palms down, bend the knees, and then again, Bakasana, crow pose. Squeeze the heels towards the sit bones, and the navel lifting up. And then this could be a jump to chaturanga or a step back. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, right foot to right thumb tip. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, Parshvakonasana, right hand on the inside of the foot. Inhale, wide low lunge. Exhale, wide Parshvakonasana. Inhale, plant the left hand. Exhale, set up for side plank. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, right arm along the ear. Inhale, plank pose. And then through a vinyasa or to downward facing dog and just rest. And then you'll take the left side on your own. So the left leg will lift and you'll start in your high lunge. Again, half a breath per movement. Child's pose. Just for a couple of breaths to get off the wrists. Yourself back onto the hands and knees. Find downward facing dog. Then you could walk or step the feet forward. And then find Uttanasana and then take one of your blocks and bring it at its lowest height on the left upper corner of your mat. So you'll just set it up while you're already folding forward. And then you can come up to stand however you like. And if you don't have a block, you're just ignoring me for that cue. Okay, bring the arms back out into your T. Right elbow over the left, Garudasana. Pick up your right foot and step the ball of the foot onto the block. So the legs will be crossing in the upper thighs. And then bend both knees and you'll find Garudasana, but less constricted in the legs. So the right ball of the foot is on the block. Try to find an upright chest for a moment, so bring the forearms away from the face. And then start to round and try to bring the tips of the elbows to the right knee. So you very much are back in that bird back spine, shoulder blades peeling apart, back of the navel is lifting. And then you can either stay here or step your whole right foot onto the block and pick up your left foot and squeeze the left heel towards your left sit bone like it's a little tail behind you. And then you could also stay here or you could unravel into supported warrior three. So the right foot is on the block. The fingers are reaching forward. The forearms are pulling away from the chest. The left leg is like a strong arrow behind you. Okay, and then to come out, release the fingers to the floor. Step the left foot down, bend the right knee, come up to stand, and then you're just going to take the right foot and bring it way up into the inner left thigh for tree pose. And for today, I want you to hold on to the right ankle with the right hand. Left hand can just be on the hip or the waist. And then try to move your right hip into your right forearm while you move your right thigh bone back in space. Right foot down to the floor. Fold forward for a moment. If you want to use your block for Uttanasana, you'll just move it so that it's underneath the right hand. And then find Uttanasana. You can start with the left hand on the left hip. And then if you want to take the thigh stretch, your left hand comes to the top of the left foot. Pull the heel in towards the sit bone. Stretch the left front of the body. Okay, release your left fingers down to the floor. Take the right hand off the block. And then you're going to bend both knees and just tuck the left knee behind the right ankle and come and sit down for Padamastasana. And then any variation you like here, you could hug the right knee in again, or you could cross the left elbow over the right thigh. You could bind if you're feeling very open. Navasana. I'm going to move myself more into the center of the mat. And then any Navasana variation you like here. So you could straighten the legs now, could be a little bit more powerful. You could yogi toe lock the big toes. Okay, then eventually release into Tarasana in the legs where we started. And then you'll pull the left knee in, flex the left foot, reach for the outside of the left foot with the right hand, and then straighten the left leg. So, yeah, that's actually all I should say. Straighten the left leg. Bring the left arm overhead, get very long through the spine, and then start to turn and twist. And you can reach the left fingers way back behind you, so there's a huge broadness across the left pec and left shoulder. Okay, and then release. Bend your left knee and bring the left knee out to the side, just like where we started. So if you look down, your left heel should be right in front of your pelvis. And then draw the right heel in front of the left. So I was going to say it's Sukhasana. It's not Sukhasana, and I can't remember the name of the pose. But basically one heel in front of the other. Sit tall for a moment. You can use the backs of the hands or the wrists against your knees and open the chest. So roll the biceps out to either side. triceps down. Okay, and then just come forward. You can step back. It could be a vinyasa, it could just be to downward facing dog. I'm sort of over the vinyasa, so I'm not doing them, but as you wish. And then you'll either hop or step forward. Take your block, set it at its lowest height on the right corner of the mat. And again, if you don't have a block, not a big deal. And then slowly just come up to stand. Bring the arms into your T. Left elbow over right. Pick up your left knee and thigh. Step the ball of the foot onto the block. Bend both knees. Find your Garudasana eagle pose with this little variation. And then find your upright torso. Move the forearms away from the face. Exhale, round. Get the bird back. Left knee and elbows connect. And then you could either stay here or you flatten the left foot to the block. Take the weight on it, pick up the right heel, squeeze it towards the sit bones, your little tail. And then you could either hold there or you could expand into warrior 3. Okay, release the fingers down, bend both knees. Step your right foot down, then step your left foot off. Take your block, move it to the left side if you're using it for Ardha Chandrasana. And then you'll find Ardha Chandrasana on the left side. So left hand is down, right leg is lifting. And then if you took the thigh stretch on the other side, you'll repeat that here. And open the whole front face of the body. Same variation you took last time, it could be different. I am going to yogi toe lock the toes this time, if that interests you. And then you could experiment, if you are yogi toe locking the toes, with the arm positions we had earlier. So with the arms straight, the biceps will roll towards the ceiling, the triceps are down. And then you could try to bend the elbows and release that and bring the top of the head closer towards the feet. Okay, release the legs into Tarasana. Step the right foot down. Flex the right foot. Left hand to outside of the foot. Straighten your right leg forward. Lift the right arm. Get very tall. And then exhale. Turn and open. Reach the right fingers to the back of the mat. And stretch wide across your right pec. Pull the right heel in towards the pelvis. Right knee is out to the side. Pull the left heel in so it's in front of the right heel. And then same thing, backs of the hands or backs of the wrist against the knees. Sit tall. breaths here. And then lower the knees to the mat, release the toes, and press back to child's pose. One leg variation. If you don't want to do headstand, you can just put your legs up against the wall. You can do anything else that is calling to you. Take your time getting up. Just take a few deep, steady breaths in and out through the nose. And then bend both knees and bring the legs into Padamastasana, so the hips and thighs will externally rotate. From your Padamastasana, straddle the legs as if you were in Uttanasana, so both legs will reach out to either side. You can point or flex the toes. I have mine pointed. And stretch through the inner groins. Then come back the way that you came. So find Padamastasana first. Three more breaths on your own. And then when you're ready, slowly come down. Like to just release the neck by placing the chin in my palms, open the throat. Bring your left chin into your right palm and turn the head. Switch right chin, left palm. Okay. Then you'll bring yourself up to sit. And this is where you might want your blanket or your towel. So we're going to take Plow Pose. So I like to have the rounded edge of the blanket towards the back of the mat. I'm so sweaty that I'm going to place a plow, you could also do something else. It's not necessary. I'm just gonna check the time as I have gotten a bit carried away. So you'll come down and just align the tops of the shoulders with that top ridge of the blanket or the towel. And if you need extra padding, like 2 blankets, that's also fine. And then draw the arms by the sides of the body and just take a moment as if you were setting up for bridge pose. Feel the spreading across the collarbones and chest. And then you'll bend your knees and just use your fingers to push your hips over. And then I like to walk my shoulder blades underneath me a little bit more. And then up to you. You could interlace the hands here in your plow. You could hold your hands onto the lower back. You could stretch the arms behind the head. You could also grab either side of the sticky mat with your hands and isometrically pull it apart. And then I always like to experiment with pointing my toes so that the tops of the feet are on the floor and I get, for whatever reason, a huge stretch across the toes. Or you could have the toes tucked. So you have a few moments to just be here and experience and adjust. Walk over into bridge pose, which is actually what I'm going to do. And then just give yourself a couple of moments when you reach the ground. I'm going to suggest Supta Baddha Konasana. Or what I would say is what I'm going to do is a supported back bend to finish, and that's where I'm going to end class. You could do a more active back bending practice if you have more time. You could skip back bending, although I think after all the bird backs, it should feel pretty good. So I am going to use both my blocks, and I'm going to set them up like they're in a little T shape. So I have my one block on medium height the long way, which is going to run on the inside of my shoulder blades and spine. And then the second block is just behind the head, so you're in a supported fish pose. And then you could do whatever you want with the arms and legs. So I'm enjoying stretching the pecs a little bit. And again, this could be a more supported back bend, more active back bend, no back bend. more focus on your breath. So if anything doesn't feel totally comfortable or you need to move and adjust, feel free to do that.